Hello, collective, to a timeless reading. You're here because something within the title may have caught your vibe, and you're seeing whether or not anything within the storytelling time is yours. All right. Please bear in mind a few details before we get into the reading. I am Master Seventh, aka Seventh, that reads these energies for you. Should you want to know who she is, what she's all about, what she has to offer, her details are found in the description box below. You'll also find various other ways of maneuvering this channel and my sister channel via some links that I've made available to you in the description box below as well. Most important thing is to utilize your discernment to take all of that which belongs to you and leave the rest behind, for this is not a one-to-one reading. This is a general reading. Right. As you may know, feminine and masculinity are not gender-specific energies. Take whatever and however the pieces of the puzzle may fit to your jigsaw puzzle at this time. All right, trying to find the missing pieces. Page of Pentacles. Okay. Empress. Three of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. Five of Wands. I'm hearing self-care is about comfort. So that could mean that something doing that you like to do or something that makes you comfortable automatically offers you healing. So I'm also seeing somebody wanting to spruce up their environment, whether that's like accessorizing it a little bit differently, like some accent colors. I'm seeing, seeing a little Moroccan touch to it. Okay. Lots of vibrant colors, maybe a little bohemian-esque. Maybe somebody is trying to, maybe your Pinterest feed is full of inspirational things. And I think with that, it's saying, pick something small and do that small change. It'll make you feel better in more ways than you anticipated. All right. It's nice to maybe be at the receiving end of something that you've been working for a long time to just get done. You've just been putting it off to the side, and it's suggestive to say this is the time to put a little bit more interest than just a thought. Okay. I'm sensing that somebody wants to go on vacation, yet if you've had signs of like chaos making it impossible for you to like get things going to book a vacation, then maybe you need to hold off on the idea for a few days and then get started again. Okay, there's some unnecessary yet circumstantial energies within your force field that is not wanting you to go. And it could be it's leading on that it's somebody that's jealous and envious and wants to go on an adventure with you, or doesn't trust that you are going or what will happen. Like, they're throwing shade to the game, all right? And okay? So maybe you need like 3 days time here, okay? So see if you can give yourself that 3 days time. Have nothing to do with booking it. Don't talk to anybody about it. Talk to yourself with mouth closed about what to expect, what you envision, how you want things to unfold. But as far as saying anything, keep your mouth shut for at least 72 hours, okay? And then start again, okay? That's the message. Okay? So being more mindful of the colors that you're putting on, like the attire, the dress, the you know, having a good feeling with what you're putting on is important. I think this will also help give you healing frequencies, okay, without you doing much work. All right, maybe you're standing in front of your closet and you're like, I don't know what shirt color to wear. All right, and maybe this is a way for you to practice an intuitive game, but in the realms of just like taking a moment, taking a breath, quieting everything down, not trying to say anything, and see what's left after that second that you're convinced that you're quiet. It's almost impossible to remain too quiet at all times, right? It's more like silencing the chaos that could come, or the chaos that is, or the chaos that wants to, that is right there, that wants to say, hey, pick me, pay attention to me, kind of energy. Where that is for you in any given moment, I'm sure, and within a collective reading, is difficult for you to navigate and figure out where that is. But there's something within the memory bank that's going to help you navigate somehow on what I could potentially be meaning when Seventh addresses that, in that moment where you are witness to what you could do, what your option is, but your ego thought already, I don't know what I'm wearing today. See if you can try a game of pick for me intuition. And maybe this is silly, but maybe this is something that you can practice, you know. If you're usually a person that like thinks out loud, like, oh, I don't know if this is a yellow or orange shirt or anything. See if you can catch yourself in that habit and doing the same with a closed mouth, and then realizing all of a sudden you're not thinking about the same processes anymore. Maybe there's another thing, another thought processes that's like, hey, I want some attention too, but you're so busy worrying about yellow and pink over there. And you're like leaning into whatever that could be, and then maybe it pops up, it's that blue shirt. And then you're gonna pick up that blue shirt and you're just gonna go with that decision. We have the Moon, Three of Swords, Ace of Cups, and Six of Cups. All right. So it's always easier to ask what hurts if you ask your heart why it's in pain or what it wants, because that's where it's trying to figure out the difference between needs and wants, and everything that kind of triggers it, it's like passionate and desire, and then that comes from the root chakra. So that could be chaotic, that could be anger, that could be fear, that could be, there's a lot of this energy. All right, a lot of people trekking in the same vicinity, in the same environment, in the same going after the same goal, going after the same money, going after the same idea, going after the same. There's a plethora of red energy around. That's earth energy. Earth energy is third dimensional energy, from sky high to down low. That's all essentially in the concept, at least, of what I talk about my esoteric knowledge. It's a big old red ball. All right, big old red ball. And if you need to maybe conceptualize that and where that lies within you, in the same equivalency of an example, is that from belly button down, that's all the root chakra. Okay, well, a couple inches below the belly button, that's the root chakra all the way down. So that's the biggest part of your body. It has the most vibration, and that is in according to a vibration, the slowest vibration. But you see how much you're using it all the time, using your legs all the time, or being mobile all the time, however you get across. That is the most action you're doing or not doing, which has residual causations to what you're doing from belly button up and out there. Okay? So to bring that into reason is for yourself to also then figure out, well, what makes you achy and feel in pain? What are the everyday rituals or routines that you must or may uphold in order to just, take it day by day? And finding a rhythm that you're not going to be so hard on yourself every moment that it comes and goes that you're just not there yet. You're right there in the moment. Enjoy the moment. Even if it's difficult, you need to learn about that moment. And it's not about then learning to love the difficult parts, but learning that the difficult parts help make you feel more gratuitous to maybe the easier parts. So that makes the difficult parts just as important to accept and experience as the gratuitous situations. So there are family secrets within the field of what it is that you are, okay? Whether that's true or not, I mean, it is a secret. So it's not necessarily too important for you to figure out the secret. Maybe you are the secret. Maybe you have the secret. Maybe you are the unlocker of something, okay? You are definitely, however, as far as quantum magic and all the things that make you in this moment, a multiplied expression of what once was. And that's through ancestors and DNA. Whether you know your biological DNA is also completely irrelevant to building a relationship with your inner self and have it match up with the human experience you're trying to claim as your own. The Wounded Warrior card is the Nine of Wands energy, alright? It's not always wounded because they're in a state of misery. They're a fucking warrior, alright? And they've gone through the bumps and tribulations that life had thrown their way. And these are not like some little pricks and little stubs. These are some big ass scars you've developed along the way. And they build character and they define a form of artistry to the canvas of how you experience and more or less pretty much survive life. Those are all experience of the scars that you've developed in this lifetime up to this point is like a pictograph I'm hearing towards a version of trying to get to know you. Whether or not you make your scars available to be seen, it's part of the private world where I know in seeing that you want more attention and more validation for being capable of having those concerns and feelings and just curiosities about self and others. And with that, I hope you feel validated in one way or another if that's the concern, that you are seen in the regards of the interconnectedness, okay? We have Queen of Swords with the Queen of Cups. So you're in a bit of a struggle with people around you, all right? And this could be someone that has the same work title as you, in the same work environment, someone who shares the same room with you, same house, same vicinity. But this is a person who spends a lot of hours within the day over several courses of days within a week that you're in battle with. You're the one that's the Queen of Swords in this energy for me as a reader that is contingent on making sense of their life and lessening the chaos and having foresight while remaining adept in hindsight And having that perspective for you, at least a formula for you to go back to and touch base upon every once in a while, is where you supersede the individual who is the Queen of Cups energy, who's too busy focusing on something that's right in front of them, but what they're looking at is not a perspective of a foreground, like giving them a foresight to see what's out there in the horizon. This person is just fixated on something else, and while they're doing it, they might be doing a good job, but in this situation, in this bubble, you're in competition with them because you're convincing yourself almost that they're in competition with you. But this is a self-perpetuated perspective I'm feeling, because what this person is focusing on is not in your lane and not in your concern, but their power of focus is what you're picking up and maybe in competition with. So is this person a threat? No, not really, but it is a threat to your ego, because your ego is what's being distracted right now into thinking if they should feel safe in what it is that you've conjured up, whether that's in validation of emotion or abundance of materialism, whatever you have going well in your life right now, or the people that you love in your life right now. There is an element to feeling that there's something missing, okay? And whatever is missing is not a feeling due to that there is actually anything missing, but it's the bleeding interaction of the other energy within the vicinity of your life that is also powerful, and their engine of what is doing is fucking with you, essentially, all right? Because it's two powerful sources within too close a vicinity with one another, okay? Can they get along? No, this is not an energy that really gets along with one another. That's why the energy is so loud within each other's presence. Okay, are you maybe playing nice with each other? Maybe, but playing nice isn't being nice. It's playing, and you're playing nice. It doesn't make you a nice person just because they can fill the acting or the role or that moment of whatever, right? So, let's see the relationship between the two, because that's where I can see making somebody very nervous. Yeah, Two of Swords. All right, it makes you very nervous to believe that the topic could be about the person that's probably on your mind right now. You don't want to. But you feel something because that's the nervous energy taking over, or that's the energy taking over making you nervous, all right? All of a sudden your leg twitches like mine does right now and telling you, you're saying everything is fine, but according to the mileage speed of the millisecond, according to my knees bucking down here, I don't think I'm okay. So I think you're going to start learning to dance in those curiosities that your body is naturally reacting to, and then having to come up with difficult decisions, because that's what the High Priestess does. She comes up making difficult decisions. Sometimes she doesn't understand how she got to make those certain decisions, or what even decision was made, but she understands the fuck what's going on, period. Before, middle, or after. She can't explain how, non-gender specific, she can't explain how, but if you give her time, she'll make it sound so good, you'll automatically just believe her. That's how much this High Priestess knows about him or herself. It's just about convincing the ego that's controlling that mile per hour of the speed of the knees buckling up and down and side to side, is what the ego is trying to let you know, the conscious person trying to bring awareness and subtle calmness to your world via your conscientiousness of consciousness. Okay? Taking yourself extremely serious with the speed of agitation, with the miles per hours of the dancing of the fucking knees, alright? That's this energy. 8 of Wands with the Ace of Wands and a 7 of Cups. You don't know why you're saying you feel good when, according to the mileage of milliseconds per moment of the time, the knee is going. You're just having, tea, water, conversation with a girlfriend, a boyfriend, conversation with family. Meanwhile, the knee is just tick, 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 ticking away. And you're like answering questions with a perceived calmness. But underneath the table, your knee is buckling like a motherfucker. Okay? That's how you know you're unaligned. And that's where this is kind of taking shape, more or less. This is a nice way to look at it. There's a lot of energy that you don't understand just forcing its way through. And how it's landing, you don't know. You don't know if it's linear or if it's coming from all different fucking directions. You don't know if it's coming from you or if it's heading your way. That's how strong this energy is. But you know, in one way or another, or can assume that whatever the energy is, it is well intended. It's well intended because you are a well intended individual. Okay? At least you sure as hell try to be. Alright? And then life gets confusing with all the fucking emotions and all the people I have to worry about and all the other people's emotions and how to cater these emotions. Are you a good person for paying attention? Are you even listening? Do you even care? Do you respond back? Do you like, dislike? And when you dislike, do you have to say it? When you like, do you say it? Like, whatever. There's so many ways to be that it's sometimes easier to just give the basic answer because offering more information is like a lot from either the person having to give the information or a lot for the individual or something else listening to information. So this is all the possibilities of energy is just bouncing around you asking, well, how are we going to allocate all of these feelings to the right person? And then if you have expectations that it has to be, well, let's go to Becky and then Susie and then Jonathan and then Sandra. Like, if we're going to go through all these individuals just to try to appease all these aspects that you're trying to figure out to bring calmness, you're looking at it wrong. It's inner zenness. We be making words up. That's how shit goes. Inner zenness. Okay? Inner zen, yes, has to occur. You have to understand why there is a certain calmness that's contradicted with the speed of the fucking knee. Because according to the goddamn knee, your body is reacting to some other energy, while there is a version responding in a different speed in a different way to completely something else. And that's how you can almost also tell, not almost, that's how you can tell you're in an alignment. Okay? So these wands together at one shot is giving me another wounded warrior approach, but not in a way, again, that you are not a warrior understanding why you've been bruised and continuing to trek along, not fearing with another bump or two along the way, and that the scars that you have make an absolutely amazing story. Maybe without those scars, your story wouldn't be as unique. And do you need those scars in order to be unique? No. Yet there are details to being able to maybe contextualize that experience, that experience helped or will help to bring context to. And in doing so, especially if it's heavy hitting, it has a sense of euphoria attached to it. You won't know what it's like until you understand the chaos that had to ensue for it to be born. Peace has to go through chaos in order to value and sustain itself as peace. Alright. That's all that I have for you at this time, collective. May you have a wonderful morning or night wherever you are in the ether of this time and space. And may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.